Hey, so I wasn't originally going to even do a video on this topic, and part of me is still saying, don't fucking do this, but I feel like after all of the things I have seen, heard, and read in the past 24 hours, I have to fucking say something because all y'all on both sides of the line are unhinged as fuck and completely out of line, and I cannot just idly sit by and say nothing when you're all objectively fucking wrong right now. And again, I mention politics in live streams. I generally don't do it in standalone videos, but I guess we're going there today because you're forcing my hand to go mom mode on everybody. And I hate going mom mode, but here we fucking are. So, also apologies that my face looks wet. We have like 77% humidity right now, so deal with it. Anyway. Jesus fucking Christ. So, if you've paid any attention to the news, social media, fucking anything, it is not a shock to you, the news yesterday about Charlie Kirk's assassination, which in and of itself is abjectly wrong. Just, I don't care if you agree with him, disagree with him, whatever, it's fucking wrong. Should not have happened. Should not have happened. And let me make my stance clear right off the bat, I do not agree with the things he said. I do not agree with his fucked up views on trans people at all. That said, we live in America. We live in a free speech country, so he had the right to say any damn thing he wanted and should not have had to worry about being fucking gunned down like an animal over it. Jesus. It just blows my fucking mind. Like, all the people who are like, words are violence! No. They're fucking words. Grow the fuck up. Jesus. If this is what college has done to all of you, I am sure as hell glad I was not brainwashed along with you. Because, I'm sorry. Like I said, you don't have to agree with what he said. I don't agree with what he said. Does that mean that he deserves to be shot? No. Not at all. Not at all. No one does. No one does. The only universe where that would have been an appropriate response is if he had been going out of his way, personally picking off trans people in the same manner that he ended up gunned down. That would be the only universe in which that would marginally be an appropriate response. But all he did was espouse his views verbally, not even violently. He actually was one of the more rational people on that side who could calmly debate people, but apparently can't have that. Can't have that, because if you're not busy drinking the Kool-Aid of the left, then apparently you're a Nazi. But let me tell you something, and I want you to listen good. And I say this as somebody whose views are independent. I don't side with either fucking side, alright? When you call everything a Nazi, nothing is a Nazi, because now the word has lost all fucking meaning. You keep throwing that word around, it means nothing anymore. So if there should end up being a resurgence of them, guess whose fault it is? Because you caused it by pretty much like blowing the whistle on things that weren't actually it, so when it does happen, it's the boy who cried wolf. Good job. Good job. That said, his wife and children were there and had to witness this happen public execution style. Let that sink in of how fucked up that is. If the political tables had been turned the other way around, if this had been a Democrat that had been killed by somebody on the right, y'all would be screeching from the fucking rooftops. But no, because he was somebody that aligned with the right, there's people out here laughing it up that this guy, like, making fun of the fact that a man was killed in cold blood. Do you know how sick and mentally ill that is? Only demons celebrate death. Just throwing that out there. So, if that hurts, good. I'm glad. I'm fucking glad. It should. Because you need to check yourself. Because y'all have lost sight of humanity at this point. So fucking gross. And it's like everywhere I looked yesterday, I was seeing this shit go down. No matter what pocket of the internet. People even DM'd me this shit. One of them, I feel bad that I went off on him. And he actually did backpedal it real quick. But it was like, unfortunately, one of my favorite people on here DM'd me was laughing it up. I verbally let that kid have it. And I hope I got through to him and maybe make at least a little bit of sense how inappropriate of a response that was to somebody's death. You don't laugh about someone dying. I'm sorry. I don't care how much you hated the guy. I don't care how much you disagreed with the guy. You don't do that. That's fucked. That's completely fucked. The people who are dragging religion into this going like, oh, yes, it was God's plan. Fuck you. Just fuck you. And if you're on the other side of the line, don't think I've forgotten about you. Oh, no. Actually, some of the most fucked up shit I've seen and heard has come from that side of the line. It didn't start until about last night that I really started seeing that tide turn to where, okay, the ones laughing actually had chilled out, and now it was the people on the right side who were espousing the really fucked up, disgusting views. And again, unfortunately, one of my favorite people on here was one of them. Some of the stuff that they texted me last night, I'm not gonna name drop, but it's just like, holy fucking shit. What on God's green earth made you think that was appropriate to say to anybody, much less to me? Let's go through some of them, just so I have it fresh in my mind. Okay, there is a whole frigging wall of this. The first thing they called for was a fucking civil war. It only went downhill from there. Let me point out something right here, right now. It is this kind of extreme polarities that causes civil wars. You're just fueling that fire. You're pouring gasoline on it by saying shit like that. Let us not forget, history always repeats itself. Let us not forget the 80-year rule. What happened 80 years ago? Oh yeah, World War II. What happened 80 years before that? The Civil War. What happened 80 years before that? The Revolutionary War. Best case scenario, we're already perfectly due for one. But shit like this going down is just greasing the tracks. You really want to be one of the ones that is like cheering it on for it to happen? What the fuck's the matter with you? They then went on to rip apart a couple of my regulars here. Unfortunately, one of those regulars is one of the ones that I mentioned before, and how they don't trust them anymore and can't really come to my streams anymore. After some of the shit that you said in these texts, I'm not sure I trust you anymore after some of the stuff you said after this. I'm disgusted and disturbed deeply at just how freely these words came out of your mouth. I want you to sit with that. Again, if this pisses you off, sorry, not sorry. You need to hear it. They then twisted this around to claim how open-minded they are when clearly their words say otherwise, but... And then double down on killing's not the answer, but I think we need a civil war. I'm sorry, what? What the hell? I'm trying so hard not to flip out. You have no idea. If I had made this last night, I would have been screaming. If I had made this first thing in the morning when they followed up on these, I would have been screaming. I forced myself to take a few hours to calm the hell down before recording this. They then made a big point out of how the person that they're suspected of being the shooter for Charlie Kirk was transgender, and how dog shit those people are. I'm sorry, did you forget that you're talking to somebody who thought they were transgender till she was 22? You're forgetting that it's somebody who has at least 2, maybe 3 nieces and nephews who are transgender. Don't forget who you're fucking talking to. That does not sit well with me. And if that's the kind of person you are, then apparently we're splitting ways right here. And then saying how they all need to die. Oh, no, you did not. You did not. And then pointing out Steven Crowder's live stream this morning, which I saw some of, even before they linked me to it, but how mental illness and hormones, and how their time is gonna come. Game on. Exact quote. The next time there's an LGBTQ parade, release the dogs on them. Wow. Wow. Once again, remember who you're saying this to. Someone that you know is in the LGBT. So, you are basically calling for my demise too by saying that. Fuck right off, if that's how you feel. I wish I could say this was an isolated incident, but it wasn't. I can't even tell you how many things like this I have seen just since last night that I have been directly sent. These kind of polarities are why humanity is fucked right now. I think it's because people are forgetting that we're all human at the end of the day. By you pulling this shit, not just you directly of the ones that I read off, but in general, everyone on that side of the line who are so smugly pointing out the ones on the left, you are no better than them. You are no better than the ones extremely on the other side. You are in exactly the same boat. Sit down, shut the fuck up for a minute, and just breathe. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm having to act like you're all toddlers right now, but it's how you're acting. Like you're all throwing temper tantrums in your own different ways, but you're all throwing them right now. And you're all unhinged about it. You're telling me about mental... What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? No. No. That does not sit well with me. Any of it. That side, this, none of it. You're gonna come in here with that? No. If I ever see any more commentary, rhetoric, anything like that, coming from these people, not just that one, but any of the ones that have directly messaged me this stuff, I will block on sight and that'll be that. I am not tolerating this shit. This is not okay. It's not even just that it is about this particular guy. Again, I wasn't a fan of the guy. I don't give a shit one way or the other. However, he did not deserve to be gunned down. It was wrong. But the way you are all reacting to it is also wrong. I am not trying to take a moral high road superiority stance here, but just I feel like the people who are actually rational about this aren't saying anything, therefore all we are hearing are the extremists on both sides and it's escalating. You've all forgotten how to de-escalate situations. This is how we get into these situations. The people on the left who are cheering his demise, here's the thing. You've essentially made the man a martyr. And for as much as you tried to snuff out his words, now they're just going to be parroted back louder than they were in the first place. So, for as much as you disagree with them, unfortunately now we're going to see a bigger tidal wave of that kind of rhetoric. The people on the other side wanting to go violent towards them. No, this is not the answer. This is not how you deal with situations. This is not how you deal with them. People need to calm the fuck down. Take your feelings out of it for a minute. Just breathe. You need to reach across the aisle. You need to be able to have rational conversations with people you disagree with. You need to be able to agree to disagree, because this all or nothing mindset, this black and white mindset, is not working. This is not going to get anybody anywhere except more violence. This is not okay. This is not how you deal with things. Again, I hate that I even have to make this video, but it's not okay. And I'm really, really grossed out and losing every ounce of hope I have in humanity by the fucking minute, by everything I'm seeing and hearing. Like, this is really gross to me. I'm disgusted at everyone involved, frankly. If that costs me a bunch of ties with people, so be it. But it's like, you know what, I'd rather stand for the right things and be alone than align with people who abjectly hate me and everything about me, but are nice to my face, you know? So, I feel like I should probably turn the comments off for this video, because I know how this is gonna go otherwise. It's gonna turn into a fucking bloodbath in the comments. Also note, I am not monetizing this. I wouldn't dare. I know how YouTube is. So, I am doing this just because the message needs to be fucking said. Everyone needs to calm the actual hell down. Take it down about 20 notches. Because this, no, unacceptable.